There's a secret every master gardener swears by, a powerhouse so rich that it's often called black gold. It isn't a chemical fertilizer, nor is it some rare mineral pulled from the earth. It's something simple, natural, and quietly transformative: worm castings. These tiny granules, created by humble earthworms, can take any soil, tired, sandy, or compacted, and turn it into a thriving ecosystem bursting with fertility. If you want to grow healthier plants, harvest bigger yields, and see your garden come alive in ways you've never imagined, then you need to understand the true power of worm castings. At first glance, worm castings look like dark, crumbly soil. But don't let their simple appearance fool you. They're a biological treasure chest packed with water-soluble nutrients, beneficial microbes, and organic matter in its most available form. Unlike synthetic fertilizers that deliver a quick burst of nutrients and then fade, worm castings release food slowly and steadily, giving plants a balanced diet over time. What makes them so special is the worm's digestive system. As organic material passes through the worm, it is broken down into a nutrient-rich form that plants can easily absorb. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium and magnesium, all the essentials, are present in perfect harmony, but that's only part of the story. Worm castings are also alive with beneficial bacteria and fungi that improve soil structure, protect plants from disease, and unlock nutrients that would otherwise remain locked away in the soil. Healthy soil is the foundation of every thriving garden, and worm castings are one of the most effective tools for building it. When added to soil, castings improve its texture, making clay soils looser and sandy soils more able to hold moisture. They enhance aeration, ensuring that plant roots can breathe, and they increase water retention so your garden stays hydrated even during dry spells. Perhaps the most powerful effect of worm castings is how they boost the soil's microbial life. Beneficial microorganisms introduced through castings create a living network in the soil that works in harmony with plant roots. This microbial activity helps decompose organic matter more efficiently, unlocks nutrients, and even suppresses harmful pathogens. Instead of relying on chemicals, you are working with nature to build soil that gets richer and more productive year after year. Gardeners who use worm castings often notice an almost magical difference in their plants. Seeds germinate faster, seedlings develop stronger root systems, and mature plants grow more vigorously. This is because the nutrients in castings are in a form that plants can immediately take up. Instead of forcing growth artificially, worm castings supply steady nutrition that plants use as needed. One remarkable benefit is their ability to stimulate plant hormones such as auxins and cytokinins, which regulate growth. This means your plants aren't just fed, they're encouraged to develop naturally with stronger stems, more leaves, and healthier fruit. In vegetables, this translates into bigger harvests, richer flavors, and higher nutritional content. For flowers, it means longer-lasting blooms with more vibrant colors. Beyond nutrition, worm castings offer another layer of protection. They contain compounds that act as natural repellents against certain pests, such as aphids, whiteflies, and spider mites. At the same time, the beneficial microbes in castings strengthen a plant's immune system, making it more resistant to soil-borne diseases like root rot, damping off, and fungal infections. This means you can cut down on chemical sprays and pesticides, creating a safer, more sustainable garden. Instead of constantly reacting to problems, you are proactively building a defense system right in the soil. Worm castings are honestly pretty versatile, and the way you use them really depends on what you're growing. They can be applied directly to soil, mixed into potting blends, brewed into liquid teas, or, just sprinkled around existing plants. Here are the most effective methods. When preparing a new bed, you'll want to mix about 2 to 3 kilograms of worm castings for every square meter of soil. Blend them thoroughly into the top 10 to 15 centimeters. This will not only supply nutrients, but also enrich the soil with microbial life, setting the stage for strong plant growth. For established beds, you can side dress by applying a handful of castings around the base of each plant and lightly working it into the soil. As you water, nutrients will slowly release, feeding your plants consistently. For container gardening, worm castings are invaluable. Mix 1 part worm castings with 3 parts potting soil to create a balanced blend. This ensures your plants get a steady supply of nutrients while avoiding the risk of burning roots, which can happen with chemical fertilizers. One of the most powerful ways to use worm castings is by making a liquid fertilizer, often called worm tea. Now, this isn't a drink for humans, it's a nutrient-rich solution your plants will love. To prepare it, take 1 cup of worm castings and mix it into 4 liters or about 1 gallon of water. Stir well and let it sit for 24 hours, stirring occasionally to aerate. After brewing, strain the liquid and apply it directly to the soil or use it as a foliar spray. Worm tea delivers nutrients in a fast-acting form and coats leaves with beneficial microbes that protect against pests and disease. It's kind of like giving your plants an immune-boosting tonic. If a plant looks weak, yellow or stressed, worm castings can often bring it back to life. Add a generous handful around the base and water it in. Within a week or 2, you'll usually notice stronger growth and greener leaves as the plant begins to recover. One of the biggest advantages of worm castings is that they will never burn your plants. Chemical fertilizers can overwhelm roots with salts, causing damage, but castings release nutrients slowly and gently. This makes them safe for delicate seedlings, houseplants, and even sensitive crops. Because they are organic and renewable, worm castings also improve soil health in the long term. Instead of creating dependency, as chemical fertilizers do, they build fertility that lasts season after season. You are not just feeding plants, you are feeding the soil itself. Buying worm castings can be expensive, especially if you use them regularly. The good news is that you can create your own supply by setting up a worm bin at home. All you need is a container, bedding material like shredded newspaper, food scraps, and a healthy population of composting worms. Over time, the worms will transform your waste into nutrient-rich castings that you can harvest for your garden. This turns kitchen scraps and garden clippings into a valuable resource, closing the loop and making your gardening more sustainable. It's cost-effective, eco-friendly, and gives you a steady supply of black gold right at your doorstep. Using worm castings is not just about growing better plants this season, it's about building a healthier garden for years to come. As you continue to add castings, the soil structure improves, microbial life flourishes, and fertility compounds. Each year your soil becomes richer, requiring fewer outside inputs. This creates a self-sustaining system where plants grow with less effort, resist pests naturally, and produce abundantly. The investment you make in worm castings pays off not just once, but for many seasons ahead. Worm castings truly deserve the name black gold. They nourish plants, improve soil health, protect against pests, and build long-term fertility. Whether you're growing vegetables, fruits, flowers, or houseplants, adding worm castings will transform the way your garden grows. They are safe, natural, and incredibly effective, proving that sometimes the simplest solutions are the most powerful. If you're ready to unlock the full potential of your garden, start using worm castings today. Mix them into your soil, brew a batch of worm tea, or set up your own worm bin for a steady supply. You'll see the results in stronger plants, bigger harvests, and a thriving, living soil that keeps giving back. Don't forget to subscribe to Growth Hub Central Crops and share this guide with fellow gardeners. Together, let's spread the power of black gold and grow gardens that truly flourish.